everyone. This is Gilbert Gillard. I'm talking to you here from CPLSPA downtown Orlando. This is Tufts on Tax, where all your tax issues and tax questions are answered right here. You can call or email Mr. T. Scott Tufts. He is the master or the expert when it comes to tax law. You can call him at 877-647-7887. Again, that number is 877-647-7887. That will be on the screen in the bottom if you are watching YouTube. And you can email him at stufts@cplspa.com. That's stufts@cplspa.com. Hello, Scott. How are you this morning?
Good to be with you.
Good to be with you, too. And today we have a quick episode. We're talking briefly about what's going to happen tomorrow. You have a webinar August 26th at 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. With a couple of guests, a couple of attorneys. You will be talking about forms and...
So the topic tomorrow is a good one. We're going to look at forms that can get you sued. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to take our kind of normal emphasis and kind of gear it a little bit towards helping our audience see which forms kind of particularly can get them dragged into the courtroom unexpectedly. So it's kind of something that we've been working on, as you know, on Tufts on Tax to get the word out and bring attention to these things that may not be apparent. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking forward to it. And awesome. We're going to have, we're going to present two panel members, Aubrey Ducker and Evelyn Figueroa. And we're going to be looking at having both of them help us kind of present that topic, kind of having a little bit of fun with it, talk to them, interact with them so that they can bring forward some of their experiences, and then hopefully that will add to the presentation.
Well, that'll be exciting and interesting to know what they would say. And I know that this is going to be spontaneous, so they'd have nothing prepared. They don't know what you're going to ask them, so they're going to answer exactly to what they think according to the form.
Right, and I think that will help our audience as well, because a lot of times you go to seminars or webinars and you hope to come away with a topic, something you've learned, and so maybe with that, with them coming in fresh, we can also achieve that. You know.
Awesome. So, can we go a little briefly and give us, synopsis or a little bit about what could get you sued?
Right.
What are the forms?
So, well, you hope you don't get sued, but what can happen is that in different areas, when certain forms are filed, it's likely to be a foreshadowing of litigation. So what I mean by that is there's particular forms, like let's take the SS-8, if that were filed by a worker.
Okay.
A worker who believes that they were wrongfully classified as, let's say, an independent contractor instead of an employee. They may file this form and seek a private determination by the IRS as to their status. Invariably, that determination then will create a potential referral if it's determined in their favor. That can lead to a whole host of labor law issues, because those who are misclassified then might have others similarly situated, and then that creates a whole problem for the business.
And that's one sample.
That's just one.
Well, just one.
That's just one. I have many.
My God.
I have many, because that's what I've been looking at for, I've been practicing over 30 years, and in the last 2 decades I've noticed these forms and then have kind of geared towards recognizing those and being able to deal with them in the courtroom. Another one would be a Form 8082, and that is a NIMBY form. You know what a NIMBY is?
No.
Okay, so NIMBY is an acronym. The kids of today really know these acronyms, right? TMI, too much information.
It passes me.
Well, so this will be TMI, but NIMBY is not in my backyard. Okay, and
I see.
So the NIMBY aspect to it is that a K1 that is wrong that you get out of a business can be challenged by way of the 8082.
Did we mention that?
Yeah, we've presented that before.
Yeah.
And our audience now is going to this is a time of year where the corporate and LLC tax returns are getting filed under extension. Then K1s are issued if you're a partner or a member, and then you're going to look at those K1s, and if they're in error, you're going to want to challenge them. So the 8082 can put that into play, and if that happens, there's usually a dispute behind it. So that's another one.
Wow, that one seems even
Yeah.
more complicated than the other one.
Well, and then of course there's 211. You know what that is?
Yes.
That's called a whistleblower form.
The whistleblower, we talked about that one too.
That one might get you in trouble because you might think you're blowing a whistle, but you might be bringing a lot of attention on yourself, right? If you stand in the public square and blow a whistle, people might notice if you're persistent or you're not doing it discreetly, and you stand out and blow that whistle. Or if you blow the whistle and say, I've got something, and you share it, and maybe you shouldn't have, that could be a problem, right? Like if I go into your car, you leave it open, and I grab some papers out of your car and think that I've got something on you and take it to the authorities, right? How did I get that? Did I break into your car?
You didn't, but you're not allowed to take
Exactly,
something
and I take something of yours, and what happens if I blow my whistle and take something of yours and do something with it, and I portray it as being bad, and let's say I get it wrong, and you get in trouble, but not really, because you didn't do anything wrong, but I was blowing the whistle, then you might have a gripe with me, correct? So, just like a phone ringing, you might have a gripe with me.
Yeah, a phone ringing, that shouldn't be
that's right.
ringing
That's
in
right.
the episode.
But anyway, but that's the thing. So hopefully we help our audience see that the blowback for a whistleblower would be that they need to be very careful what they're doing. Correct?
And it wouldn't be legit because you obtained those papers in an illegal way.
Correct.
So yeah, wow.
And so that could be a problem. And so we want folks to get to their lawyer like me or someone like me to help make the choices, because if you hastily file a form, that could get you in trouble. So you want to be well thought out, right? You want to get good advice, and you want that advice to be privileged, right?
Absolutely.
So you don't want to be a whistleblower running around the public square saying, should I do this or not? Because then people know you have a whistle, they know you're blowing it, and you're in the public square, you're not anonymous, correct? So that wouldn't be a good idea.
No.
So hopefully these are the kinds of things we can get into, and what I'm trying to impress is that it's, you can't do these things in 5 minutes. You need to really think about it, right? And these taxes are complicated, and so you don't want to get ahead of yourself.
No kidding. All of those forms, you have to really think about it.
And we have a number of other ones. Cryptocurrencies are pretty hot now, so we want to make sure that folks know that there's kind of the highway of cryptocurrency and the interactions that are occurring, the transactions that are occurring. At what point are those transactions subject to scrutiny by the IRS?
Awesome. So that's just a glimpse of what
Just
you're
a
going to
glimpse.
discuss tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow if you want to join in at 12 o'clock. Mostly it's going to be your audience attorneys and mediators and professionals in the field. So call us at 877-647-7887. Again, 877-647-7887, or email Mr. T. Scott Tufts to discuss all of that if you have questions or if you need to know more about those forms or about your case, email him at stufts@cplspa.com. That's stufts@cplspa.com. Thank you and see you again.